Hey folks, welcome to Fiddlehed Fiddle Lessons. This is just a quick lesson on some things I've been practicing, like some practice notes. And so I've been working a lot with an alternate tuning called sawmill tuning, which is A, E, A, E. So what we do is we tune the G up to an A and the D up to an E. All right, and so I did a similar tuning when I went to India. I learned a tuning which was kind of the same idea, but it's D-A, with a lower sound, and I'll show you that too at the end of this lesson because I've been practicing that as well. So so basically what I do is I just turn on an A drone, and then I start practicing scales with it. And I've been doing a lot the pentatonic scale. And in particular, I've been practicing the transition because the notes are different now going from the D string to the A string. So now when I play third finger on D, that's the same as open A, it's the same note. So I need to retrain my fingers, so I do a lot of exercises in which I will go up like and then use the third instead of open A. Now third. So again, in standard tuning I'd need to use fourth finger, but here I'm using third. Now without the third. So, and then basically I'm just doing fun like variations on the scale, like just different melodic patterns, like on the 1, 2, 3. Or 1, 3, which is skipping a step. Alright, and then one thing that winds up happening, usually when I practice, is that I get distracted by some new idea, a melody, or a little exercise that might be fun to teach on Fiddlehed. And so one thing I came up with when practicing is, so it's basically doing a little like ascending thing through the scale, but with pedaling, which is kind of just alternating between an open string. And I started adding double stops. Then I have kind of a cool rhythm at the end. Alright, and then another big thing that I started doing was learning old time tunes. So like, here's one that I've been doing called Breaking Up Christmas. And so there's a lot of like, what I'm just discovering as I learn it, there's a lot of things where you do unison droning. So like for instance, I'd play an A on using D3 and then an open A together. And then there's interesting patterns where when you're doing that, you alternate between like doubles and singles, like double, single, double. And it just gives it a cool like way of doing the rhythm, but the notes really aren't changing. It's just like the string arrangement's changing. So I've just been trying to practice that all on its own, or using A4 and open E. So all these tunes offered, there's always like something in there that I, or not always, but if there's some little thing that's hard, then that's where I just dive deep into that and start making up little exercises for it. So those little patterns I just call single double patterns, and so just been trying to get those, been learning a whole bunch of tunes, and eventually I'd like to teach some of them, but for now I'm just sort of enjoying, not thinking about, just kind of playing them and having fun. And I kind of approach some of them like with the fiddle raga approach, you know, like kind of more out of time, more improvisatory. I like playing slow is what I mean, I like fast is fun, but I really feel the music a little bit more when it's slow. Anyways, some other tunes I've been learning: The Blackest Crow, Chilly Winds, Cotton Eye Joe, or Cluckled Hen. Just things I've already taught and learned, but just kind of like doing it, learning old time, looking up old time versions and learning them. So that's mostly what I've been practicing. A few other notes that I wanted to say is that when I do end up practicing late at night, use a practice mute. So then I can practice like at 11, especially for the old time stuff, which is kind of louder. But I prefer not to practice then. It's not as, usually I start to fall asleep in the middle of it, you know, so it's not as mentally like on par. And then the final thing I'll say is that in addition to doing this fiddle with this tuning, I have another fiddle set up, which is, as I mentioned earlier, tuned D-A-D-A. So this is something I learned in India from Kala Ramnath, and I studied with her. And so I have a viola bow, I have a violin, standard violin, fiddle, and on it are viola strings. Recommended is 3/4 size viola strings. And then I tune the G, actually, well, it would be a C string on the viola tuned up to a D. And then the G string viola is tuned up to a D. And then we have D-A. All right, so D-A, D-A. And again, these tunings, like the one I did earlier, A-E, A-E, they make it incredibly resonant. Oh, I remembered one other thing I want to show you that I've been doing. But anyway, I've been doing all the same tunes. But on this tuning, which is lower, a little bit more forgiving. Well, the last thing I wanted to share that I end up doing sometimes is I kind of do like a little strumming way of doing the melody. I'll just share it with you, like kind of like mandolin, but it has a very unique sound when you strum with fiddle. So anyway, stuff like that. So anyway, good times. Thanks for watching this. Hope that it's useful. I don't know. I'm just winging it in these practice notes things, but I figured it would be good for you to know that I'm working on things too. I'm learning too. I'm trying, you know, just learn a little bit, practice a little bit every day. Believe it or not, I don't practice as much as I'd like to, but I try to do it every day and just do it efficiently. So thanks for watching. See you next time. Go to Fiddlehed.com for a progressive, step-by-step course outline, color-coded tabs, play-along tracks, sheet music, and much more. Thanks for watching the videography. Excellent! And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.